Hey everybody, what's going on? So upside down today, huh? Let's fix that. All right. So welcome back to number 18 of the random performance tips. So the other day I talked a little bit about a dead bug exercise. Really great for the core and strengthening up the back if you've got back issues. That's not going to put any extra stress on your back. That one was when you were laying on your back here. Right, opposite arm, opposite leg reaching, okay? It's like a bug, it's dead, it's on its back, arms, legs are up, right? That's where it comes from. The opposite of that is in the quadruped position, or when you're on all fours. Okay, it's basically the same exercise. They call it a bird dog. And it looks like a bird dog, you know, when a hunting dog that's out with its hunter and it's pointing towards its target, right? Kind of points with its nose. But anyways, so that's where that came from. This is another great exercise for strengthening up the core. You also get some rotary stability, some anti-rotation through the core, which is really going to hit the obliques. And the rest of your core is kind of a undervalued core exercise, but it's also easily butchered. So I'm going to show you what it looks like wrong, and I'm going to show you how to start to master this exercise. And also check in on my Instagram, K Pullins Performance. It's the same as my Facebook page, but this is where I'm going to start Mastering the Basics series, and this is going to be one of the exercises on there, because everything that you're doing, whether you're in school, whether you're in sport, life, business, doesn't matter, if you don't have a foundation set for what you're doing, you may start to make some progress, but it's going to crumble down. So I'm going to show you what I believe are to be some of the basics when it comes to strength and conditioning, and how you can take your game to the next level by really honing in on these. So bird dog is on all fours here, and it's usually opposite arm, opposite leg, reaching out. Okay, you'll see a lot of people, when they do it, they kind of get this like side to side motion going, you know, they're not staying straight. So one thing is that, imagine I'm down this narrow hallway and I can't go side to side at all. Okay, I'm just straight forward, straight backwards. A couple other tips for this. One is the shoulder position. A lot of people, and this is kind of the same setup for push-ups, they kind of get sunk down into this position. Okay, their shoulders kind of get sunk down and back, and there's basically this gap between the shoulder blade and their shoulder girdle there, and they're not stabilized. So what you're going to try to do in this position is try to push the floor away from you and round your upper back. Okay, so it's going to look like this. Instead of just being in this kind of position here, I'm trying to round the shoulder. That's really going to turn my serratus on. Okay, serratus anterior, which is a really underused shoulder muscle. Okay, so get that push away and keep that. Now, the whole time, this is very similar to this is, like I said, just like the dead bug, but all fours. So with the dead bug and the ball exercise that I showed you, you're trying to pull your hands and your knees in towards each other to activate the abs and the core. It's the same thing. You're pulling the hands and the knees together while you are on all fours. So start with the round in the upper back, and then pull in tight, okay? And you can just hold this position right here, or we can go one leg at a time. One leg's reaching back. Okay, pardon my lack of cameraman here, doing this solo dolo. All right, that's a little bit better. So getting this round in the upper back, okay? Abs are tight, belly button sucked up and in as I reach out. The other thing I want you to do is just barely off the ground, not kicking way up. And when I kick way up, you can see this big arch in my back. My abs aren't locked in. There's a big difference between that and that. So just this little lift, okay? And again, the whole time, pushing away, pulling in. And you can just hold this position right here and be brutal. So hands right underneath the shoulders, knees right underneath the hips. And this is what I want you to start with, is just one leg or one arm at a time. Okay, keep it simple and we can progress out from there. So that's your random performance tip of the day. And again, check in on Instagram, okay? This weekend, starting next week, I'm gonna start a Mastering the Basics series. It's really, like I said, it's really gonna be the foundation of basically every strength conditioning program that you're doing out there. Even if you're just a, wannabe bodybuilder or something like that. Arnold Schwarzenegger said he's the best bodybuilder of all time, right? I mean, he's up there. Even he's like, people who are just starting out 1 to 2 years in don't need to be doing all these isolation exercises, bicep curls, leg extensions, stuff like that. They need to focus on the basics, squats, deadlifts, rows, all that fun stuff, okay? So check back in tomorrow.